Hello, everyone. This is Hope from Pros Before Bros. I know this is crazy, right? Two videos in the last 2 days. Wow. I don't know what's going on, but we'll take it. We'll just take it. This is actually going to be a quick video here. I did an impromptu video earlier, and the lighting was horrible. It was just kind of crappy. So I'm back inside my little nook and cranny, so to speak. That way I could talk to you guys. I got my book of the month box. That's a tongue twister. Book of the month box today. And I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys the books I got. Got 3 books this time around. So I'm excited about sharing those with you. And yeah, we'll just hop right into it. Now, book of the month, just so you guys are aware, I I have like a love-hate relationship, I guess. It's not even hate really. It's just I get bored easily with book of the month because there's not really an element of surprise. You just essentially know what you're going to be getting. You might get a little bit earlier than the release date, which is always cool. Um, and of course, they're both all hardback books, and they're about, I think if you buy like 2 extra books, it's like $10 each, which is not bad for a hardback, especially if it's a new, fresh release. And you guys are going to see what I'm talking about here in a second. Um, so it's about $10 a month. Well, not $10 a month. It's $10 any additional book, but it's $14.99 a month for 1 credit or 1 book, as we like to say. So yeah, I've had like this little makeup breakup relationship with them. So there's like months where I will sign up because they have a new release that's coming out that's exclusive to them for a short period of time. It might be like a week or so that they will be releasing it earlier than the release date. Just little things like that will keep me coming back. Um, yeah, and I did that, and I think it was December I did that because it was a book I really wanted in December, but it wasn't out yet. So I signed up back in December again, and I forgot to unsubscribe for like 2 months. So February I paid for it, and January I paid for it. So yeah, yeah. I need to make sure I unsubscribe as soon as possible so I can enjoy the other book boxes I have. So yeah, let me go ahead and just jump in here and tell you guys what I got. Obviously, that's what you're here for. So the first book that I picked up was actually released in January. I think it might have been one of those ones that was released earlier than the release date, and that is Made by Stephanie Land. This book, sorry, it's got a white cover, obviously, so any scuff I see, I just kind of freak out a little bit inside. But this book is a memoir based on Stephanie's life as a housekeeper, and her life, obviously housekeeping or any sort of maid service, it's a really grueling job, and anybody inside that field does not get the respect or the financial means they deserve, really. I used to work as a maid in college, and it's like you do all this work and it's really for pennies, so to speak. I remember doing one of my jobs was cleaning a newspaper office, and again, it was a really small office, but I think for like 4 hours of work I got $20, if that. Back then it didn't really matter too much to me because I was working 2 other jobs at the time when I was in college. I was a telefunder, so I would call alumni essentially and beg for money. And then I also was working as a resident assistant in my dorm, so I was getting help financially with that. And it's grueling work. It really is. And these poor people that work it don't get the appreciation they deserve. So this is the story of Stephanie. She is a single mother, and she's working as a maid on a daily basis. And she talks about her struggles with that, but essentially how she overcame all the obstacles that was standing in her way. And I don't know if you guys have been noticing a pattern. I've been really leaning towards a lot of these biographies, a lot of memoirs lately. Um, I don't know what it is. I think it maybe is just this time of year, essentially, the new me, new you sort of thing. Um, I don't know. I could be talking out of my butt for all I know. Excuse me. I don't mean to be crude. But honestly, I've been leaning towards these kind of books a lot lately. And I think it's just nice to kind of have that opportunity to reflect on other people's lives, other people's situations, appreciate maybe the things that they don't necessarily have that you have, and just kind of give you a different perspective from time to time. So, this actually, I'm hoping I enjoy it as much as I did with Educated. I thought Educated was such a great book, and it is by far my favorite book that I've read in 2019. So I'm excited to check this one out. Again, that is Made, and it's by Stephanie Land, and I believe it is out in stores now. I think I saw it at Barnes and Noble or Half Price Books, perhaps. So yeah, if you want to check that out, definitely do that. The next book I picked up on a total whim. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. It's another fantasy. I know I keep saying, why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep getting so many fantasies? But this one is really interesting. So it's Enchantée. I believe it has like a French accent. And it's by Gita Trellis. And it's such a pretty cover. On the back it says, magic is a cheater's game and everyone who sees it wants to play. And it's a February 2019 book of the month exclusive. Can you guys see that? You guys can't see that. There we go. Um, there's a quote there, the little thing in the back. So I've been noticing this a lot with the book subscription boxes that have been popping up on Facebook. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like these little ads that they want you to click as soon as they find out, however they find out, it's creepy, that you are into book subscriptions, they bombard you with these ads. So Bookcase recently rolled out their own book box that is exclusively for YAs. You guys saw me open that last night when I did the filming for Bookcase. So they're starting to kind of catch on, and I think Book of the Month is starting to follow behind them. Book of the Month initially had a few young adult books out there, but they didn't have as many as, say, this month in particular. It seemed like they had at least 5 different books for YA that you could check out. So I'm excited to see that. I think it's nice to have that diversity inside the boxes, because sometimes with Book of the Month or Bookcase, well, let's just focus on Book of the Month because you have your choice of the books. Sometimes it just lacks the selection, and you basically have a credit that just sits there until you can use it. So, but anyways, this is the book, and just to give you a little taste of what this book is. When smallpox kills her parents, 17-year-old Camille must find a way to provide for her beloved younger sister while managing their volatile brother. Relying on magic, Camille painstakingly turns scraps of metal into money to buy food and medicine they need. But when the coins won't hold up their shape and her brother disappears with the family's savings, Camille pursues a richer, more perilous scheme at the glittering court of, Henry de... I always screw this up. You think I would learn by now. Wait, it's not Henry. Jeez, people. Louis and Marie Antoinette. There we go. I'm just going to skip right over that. Using dark magic forbidden by her mother, Camille transforms herself into a baroness and is swept up in the life of the Palace of Versailles, where aristocrats, I keep wanting to say aristocrats because of, Disney, both fear and hunger for la magie. Don't laugh at me. I haven't taken French in about 10 years, so I can't remember half the stuff that I'm reading. Uh, there, she gambles at cards, desperate to have enough to keep herself and her sister safe. Yet, the longer she stays at court, the more difficult it becomes to reconcile her resentment of the nobles with the enchantments of Versailles. And when she returns to Paris, Camille meets a handsome young balloonist who dares her to hope that love and liberty be may both be possible. But in the world, and I can't talk, but in this world, movie phone voice, in this world, nothing is what it seems. Magic has its cost, and when Camille loses control of her secrets, the game she is playing turns deadly. Then revolution erupts, and Camille must choose love or loyalty, democracy or aristocracy. Aristocracy? I can't talk. Reality or magic before Paris burns. So this is in the time frame of the French Revolution, which happens to be one of my favorite, can't talk, oh my god, my favorite periods to read about or research about. So that was what sold me. I really wanted to give it a shot. It doesn't sound too heavy into the fantasy, but then again, you don't know until you get into these books. So yes, I believe this one is already in stores as well if you want to check that one out. The last book that I picked up, and I am so excited about it because I just would never have expected Book of the Month to have it out there because it's going to be one of those really crazy popular books. They have popular books on there from time to time, but this one I was just blown away. I was so excited. And that is Angie Thomas's On the Come Up. If you guys know, Angie Thomas wrote The Hate U Give, and that was one of my favorite books back in 2018. Love that book. I love Angie's writing. I think she is just such an incredible author. Has so much input to put out there, and yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually half tempted to switch this out and read this during Contemporary Thon. I don't know. I'm going to see. Maybe I'll read both. We'll see what happens. But anyway, On the Come Up. And I'll read this one to you as well. Hopefully I don't trip over words. 16-year-old Bree wants to be one of the greatest rappers of all time, or at least win her first battle. As the daughter of an underground hip-hop legend who died right before he hit big, Bree's got massive shoes to fill. But it's hard to get her come up when you're labeled as a hoodlum at school and your fridge at home is empty after your mom loses her job. So Bree pours her anger and frustration into her first song, which goes viral for all the wrong reasons. Bree soon finds herself at the center of a controversy, portrayed by the media as more menace than MC. Did I say that right? As more menace. Yeah, okay. Wow. Guys, I promise you, I'm going to the eye doctor Friday. I can't wait till they figure out what my prescription is. But with an eviction notice staring her family down, Bree doesn't just want to make it, she has to. Even if it means becoming the very thing the public has made her out to be. Insightful, unflinching, and full of heart, On the Come Up is an ode to hip-hop from one of the most influential literary voices of a generation. It is the story of fighting for your dreams even as the odds are stacked against you, and how, especially for young Black people, freedom of speech isn't always free. So, as you could tell, it just sounds amazing. It sounds like it's going to be such a great book. I'm going to look at the cover here. I never look at the covers, but this one has the stamp of the Book of the Month. So yeah, that is my Book of the Month. Sorry to open the box in front of you guys. I was just really eager to find out what I ordered because I couldn't remember. I just remembered I was excited about something. Go figure. It's like Christmas every time I get a book box, especially ones that I pick out myself because I don't remember half of the things I pick. Wow. Getting old sucks. Let me just tell you that. So yeah, that was my Book of the Month. Now I do have one more box that's coming, and that is Second Star, which I got an email about today, and oh gosh, I feel so bad for Ray over his second start. It seems like she's just getting hit constantly. She's just rolling with the punches right now. Um, but they're going to be sending out the Book of the Month boxes. I believe she said they're starting today to send those out, and mine was going to be sent out, I think today, maybe, possibly. Long story short, a lot of people have been questioning what exactly is going on with Second Star, with the delays, and I just think it's just bad luck. With From what I can gather from what Ray has shared, um, the pins seem to be an ongoing issue. What she has even considered looking into possibly going with a different pen company to help um, process the orders that she's sending in. Because from my knowledge, she actually designs all the pens on her own, and she sends the proof or the design over to the company. The company processes it, sends her the product at the end of the day. And she was having issues with this particular pen because it's really detailed. I guess it's very detail oriented. She sent the proof over. The company hand paints each pen. She got the pens back. Some of the pens weren't painted at all. Some of them were outside the line. So she's dealing with that. And usually her goal is she orders enough pens to fulfill the subscriptions, but then she orders an additional 10%. And that 10% is set aside as basically backup pens if something's wrong with the other pens. So she had done the same thing. She ordered extra 10%. Pens arrived in the mail. Over 60% of the pens were not done correctly. So she's been battling this on and off for at least a couple months that I can gather. So yeah, she went ahead and did like a survey with the subscribers to see how the subscribers wanted to take care of it. If they just wanted to save time on the boxes, just to send whatever the pen is. And if the pen is really messed up, I believe she's going to be giving out mini candles to the people that get really dull looking pens, as a compensation. And then the percentage that got really good pens, they get the pens obviously, but the box is just the same. So that's my understanding. I could be wrong. But anyways, I got the notice today saying that it's getting ready to ship. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, I get that sometime either this weekend or early next week. We will see. Once I get that, I will be more happy to open that box with you. And yes, I'll do an actual unboxing with this one. Book of the Month was just a little bit different. So yeah, if you guys are interested in any of these books, let me know in the comments below if you've actually read them previously because of an art copy or anything. Let me know what your thoughts were. I'm very curious to find out. I know that a lot of people who got the ARCs for On the Come Up was really impressed with it. I'm so excited about it. I really do think I'm going to be reading that for Contemporary-thon now that I think of it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. If there is a book subscription box that you have tried in the past that you would recommend to me, then please put that in the comments below, and I could definitely check that out and see if I can make that happen to do an unboxing for. So thank you so much for watching yet again, and I'll talk to you guys soon.